So far in 2022, the crypto industry has experienced a level of volatility not seen in years, and many are wondering what the future holds for this emerging industry around the world. Joining me now is Greg Johnson, the CEO of Rubicon Crypto here in Atlanta. We always enjoy having Greg with us here. And you know, Greg, what exactly is behind the volatility in the crypto markets? Is this something that keeps you up at nights?
I don't know that it keeps me up at night, Jeff, but good to be with you as always. I will tell you, though, when we first started talking, you and I, and speaking to viewers about a year ago, something that I said back then is really coming to the spotlight today. And one of the questions that was going to have to be answered was whether or not the crypto industry was going to be correlated or tied to the rest of the financial services industry. And the first big part of the answer to your question is, unfortunately for now, all these crypto programs, these projects, coins and tokens and blockchains, they're tied to the same economic news that the rest of the traditional investment world is tied to. So one of the major reasons that is driving some of this incredible volatility we've seen, especially over the last 48 hours, is tied to some of the historic measures that the Federal Reserve has had to take. Now, we're very familiar with it. We've raised interest rates at a historic clip because we're dealing with the dual effect of inflation, supply chain, and that pandemic. Oh, by the way, there is war in Europe for the first time in, 85 years? And then there's something else that's really ironic that's been driving the behavior. In many ways, one of the things that signals long-term viability for crypto is institutional money, institutional presence, the big investment firms, the big private equity firms. And we've seen all of that. And yet what we're also experiencing is that double-edged sword, that in times of volatility, the crypto markets are behaving more and more like those traditional places where all that money has come from. And then there's one last thing. It's called irrational exuberance. And you and I laughed about this, 8 months ago, a little bit when I first said that. And that's because many of the retail investors like you and I who might be getting involved in crypto, they perhaps got in over their heads. They put too much in. They had the wrong expectation. And so when you get the jitters and you see legitimately this type of volatility, well, gosh, we're having the sell-offs that we're seeing. But I got good news if you want some.
I do.
The good news is that actually I see a silver lining in this. And the reality is, I think there's major signs that investors who are already in crypto, and perhaps other folks that haven't gotten involved yet, should be paying attention to. Rightfully obscured, because this has been a big story over the last week or so. Fidelity Investments, one of the largest, most respected, conservative investment houses in the world, not too long ago made an announcement that they were going to build the rails or the platform to allow crypto in the form of Bitcoin to be invested and held in their 401ks. Now, in a slow news week, if this was a normal crypto cycle, that would be the story of the year. Because, Jeff, it means that one of the biggest firms in the world is starting to spend big money to prepare for crypto normalization. And that should give some folks some pause for excitement about what the long-term future is. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, do you believe that there is to be, with crypto, an increase in political manipulation that is something that many should worry about?
What a great question. As a matter of fact, it's interesting. One of the major trends we're seeing, especially this year, is the involvement of the broader crypto industry, these titans of crypto, if you will, in political campaigns, lobbying, creating super PACs, typically the stuff of more established industries. In a weird way, or in a backhanded way, it's another sign of crypto not going away anytime soon because of that big money. But the thing that I get very encouraged by, if there's a silver lining from this volatility that we're seeing today and this week, is that we talked before about this being the year of crypto regulation and normalcy. Well, believe me, after some of the events of this past week, some of the unique stable coin issues that have been taking place, there will be enhanced clarity, as they say in the industry, and that is coming without question. And I think that's a good thing for investors.
Greg Johnson, the CEO of Rubicon Crypto. Always enjoy the time we spend with you. Thanks for being with us.
Likewise.